We referenced that. The bill is flaring up those tensions between Elon Musk and President Trump. And what is it doing? Well, putting some pressure on the shares of Tesla, although not down as much as they were at the open. Musk is calling it insane spending and claiming the U.S. is run by the Porky Pig Party. Here's how he was a favorite of mine when I was young. Here's how the president responded this morning.
He's upset that he's losing his EV mandate, and he's very upset about things, but, he could lose a lot more than that, I can tell you right now.
Joining us now, DVX Ventures co-founder and former Tesla executive, Karim Bousta. Karim, good to have you. I guess first question is, in terms of an impact on Tesla from the ongoing and now once again sort of heated up feud between the president and Tesla's CEO, do you see it or could it have a significant impact on the company itself?
Well, to be honest, as an observer, I'm no longer involved in the day-to-day activities of Tesla. I'm actively involved in the industry. I think we have to step back a little bit and realize that Tesla's challenges and problems they have to solve did not start with Elon's involvement in the government or the evolution of his relationship with the president. They started with the need to refresh the lineup, continuing innovating to offer great products, deal with the increased competition in the EV space, and deal with the incredible challenge of changing the business model to the robotaxi service that they're currently piloting in Texas. So I think all these challenges out there have been there for a while, and that's what the company needs to focus on. With regards to the change in the EV incentives, I think that will add certainly to the challenges. What we've seen worldwide overall is that the demand for EVs is always there, and as long as the products, the cars, continue being loved by customers, there continues being demand for EVs. That's the reason last year the Model Y was the most sold car in the world of all, including ICE and hybrid vehicles.
Right, and they've refreshed the Y as well. Should point out, the tax credits are obviously important, but the automotive regulatory credits have proved very important in terms of fueling earnings at Tesla, which also may be going by the wayside in terms of the penalties applied to those who exceed the CAFE standards. As for the company itself, Europe, some other markets, particularly where they have to compete against, and obviously China itself, domestic market there, BYD is certainly a very strong competitor. There are a number of others. Is that a significant risk to Tesla as well? As there's a story, by the way, this morning that he's now, Musk, overseeing Europe and U.S. sales after the exit of Omid Offshore last week.
Yeah, I think you're hitting on the most important points. While we talk about all the changes in policies in the US and also in Europe, there's something that is happening in China as we speak, where we see a lot of manufacturers, very strong competitors, competing on price and features, delivering amazing vehicles that customers really seem to love. And it's not only BYD. BYD is the strongest competitor, but there's a dozen similar companies that are very strong. The other thing that China is doing that we are not talking that much about is also on the AV side, or the autonomous vehicle side. They have massive pilots running and projects running in major cities. And it's very likely that China is becoming the de facto leader, both on the EV side and on the AV side, the autonomous vehicle side.
Karim, I know you want to talk about the business, but just on the personality, because you worked for him. Why is he doing this? I mean, he knew about the big, beautiful bill. He knew about the deficit. He knew about the EV tax credits and the president being against it. What is he doing?
It's hard for me to comment on the specifics of Elon and the president's relationship. I think if you look at what has made Elon successful and really great at is obsession for producing vehicles and products customers love. We've seen it at Tesla, we've seen it at SpaceX. And this obsession sometimes translates into becoming obsessed about solving some of the issues that he sees, the obstacles that he sees in the middle of his vision of bringing these great products and services to the customer. So that's how I would explain sometimes his reaction, but it's all linked to his vision, his obsession for delivering the best products and the best experience, and trying to overcome the challenges that he may feel are on the way of his longer-term strategy.
Karim, the timing, though, of all of this and his time, I guess, before leaving in the administration couldn't be worse for him in terms of the brand damage, including outside of America. And that's really why I wanted to come back to China. Put aside the US mark, it's different. There's still the 100% EV tariff, and that doesn't look like it'll go away no matter what happens on July the 9th. But hasn't Tesla and all of the US automakers already lost the EV race to China around the rest of the world? The cost is drastically cheaper, where in Europe you don't have the same level of tariffs on Chinese EVs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're bringing a very good point. The other advantage that China manufacturers have achieved in the past few years is a massive advantage on the manufacturing side, on the cost of manufacturing, thanks to advanced automation, the use of robots in the factory. So it's no longer just the labor cost. It's no longer being able to produce cheap vehicles. They're able to produce vehicles that are very price efficient at a very good price point, but they're doing it very efficiently thanks to this advantage they have on the manufacturing side. And they've added features that make the quality and the experience for the consumers really great. So for all these reasons, I think we're indeed talking about a major threat. Not just for the US, but also for the European manufacturers. And it's very clear that China is really ahead.
And you didn't even talk about their lead in batteries, which I believe is a real one as well, correct?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it's linked to the overall cost of manufacturing and the fact that they mastered the full vertical chain, vertical stack of everything that is needed, including the higher end features like software and the user experience in the car.
Karim, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.